We'll start with this table. What is a lesson plan that you thought of?
I just said, like I teach 3rd grade, so, decimals and things like that didn't come to my mind. But I said just, like, getting them to follow directions. Like, if you gave them directions, like, can they put them in the right way? And can they work together? Because that's a big challenge.
Oh, that's great. And then you were saying you would use decimals?
Yeah, in 5th grade we teach decimals, and I know into 4th grade has some decimal work. But I guess maybe like if they had to solve problems, and then those problems gave them kind of like the codes that they had to input like for the programming, and like maybe some of their like rotations and things like that included decimals. That's one of the things, because I see decimals on mine right now.
Oh, that's great. And what did this table think of?
Well, we said maybe with angles.
Definitely.
Butcher paper and having them program the turns and then measuring the angles.
And then draw it out on the butcher paper.
Actually, it's funny that you say that, because I take robotics right now, and we had to create an arm where you can attach a marker, and we laid out butcher paper, and we had to figure out the interior angles and the exterior angles, and then there are different math blocks that you can use as well, and we had to input those angles, and then that is what made the shape be drawn. But you also had to have the arm that could hold it and draw it. But that is a good challenge for them as well.
Yeah.
And then I have a few ideas that I thought of with topics. So you said angles, I had that as well. The distance formula, so I know they don't learn that until middle school, but they don't have to be using pi and everything as well. They can just learn, okay, this is how far I need to go, this is what I need to plug in. So they might not be using a formula yet, but it's good exposure for when they do get into middle school. The shapes, like I just said, that we used in our class, force, because you're using force, motion, there's friction. If I took your robots and I put it on this carpet, it might go a little bit slower because this carpet's a little bit more rough. We did it once where we went outside on the pavement, and because it was very rigid, it made the robot react a lot differently. Gravity as well. We also had where we had to create a kind of like a platform, and we put different types of textbooks on there. So depending on the weight of the textbook would also depend how the robot would move and how fast it would move. Sometimes the textbook was so heavy that it wouldn't move at all. So it was figuring out what was that weight limit for the robot. You could do a lot of guess and check. You can do decimals, like you said. And then if-then statements. So in middle school, they'll do proofs, and they'll say, if this, then that, and they'll create those proof charts. So you can have them start with it by saying, if I program my robot to go 2 rotations, then it will do this. And then testing it, will it do that? If not, failure. That's one of the biggest things. Students don't like to fail, but here you'll see you all probably failed at least 5 times trying something, but persevering and not giving up is another one of those big things.